So my background is that I'm a foodie entrepreneur. I started my first restaurant with my sisters in Manchester in 2004, where we built the restaurant from scratch. So you're talking the walls, the ceiling, the kitchen and everything, the kitchen sink as well. And I guess from there, the journey started really kicking off in 2009, where we competed on a cooking competition with Gordon Ramsay, where we competed with 10,000 restaurants. And delighted to say we won that for Manchester, the F word accolade. And from there, the journey really started, because we were then approached to write cookbooks, and customers asked us to bottle sauces, and we created a sauce brand that we exported to 15 countries. With the food business, it's great because you touch so many lives. So we also kind of cook for VIPs like billionaires and politicians and so forth. And basically from there, we got awarded an MBE for our services to food and drink. Obviously, we've been hit quite badly with the pandemic, as you can appreciate, being closed 3 times now by the government. But we're still there, thank God. we're still on the same street, still, serving our customers in a different format as best as we can. I've also pivoted using all my skills as well to become a startup coach and also a small business coach as well, where I'm helping people get their ideas off the ground, but also people that are struggling in sales to help them jumpstart their sales again. Because obviously with COVID and everything, people have had to, get their business offline to online. And also people that have been furloughed want to start and do something for themselves. So that's what I have done quite recently. But I thought, what could I really share with you from my experience about pricing? I thought, firstly, if you are new to business and you're not really sure on terms of what types of pricing there is, I thought I'd just share with you very quickly 7 pricing strategies that you can consider. And it's all dependent on your industry, it's dependent on if you're a product or a service, and dependent on you. You make the final decision because you are the CEO of your business. So the first pricing strategy that you can look at is called price to competition. Meaning, for example, if there's 2 eateries, like 2 pizza companies, and you're going to start a new one, you would want to look at what pricing to set your menu at and your product offerings. And that's what a lot of people do, in many trades as well, like plumbers, obviously food eateries, retail companies as well. So that's the first one, is called price to competition. And that's very easy to do. You just literally go and you Google it, you Google your competitors and see what pricing they're doing. And then you can either match it or you can tweak it a little bit by 5-10% sort of thing. The second one of the pricing strategy is called price to break even. And that just, the clue is in the name. You basically add up all the costs that it costs to make that product or service, and you just price either just a little bit above break even or on break even point. And the reason for that, what people do is they do that is because they want market share. So for example, if you've seen some gyms out there, they sometimes do 3 months, no joining fee, 3 months free membership, and whatever bonuses they have. But practically they don't make money in the first 3 months just because they want everybody to sign up with them. So that's something to consider if you're looking at like doing a volume type business and then introducing the price later on in your cash flow strategy. The third one is price to time. And this is what a lot of people do when they become freelancers, or they are selling their time or services. For example, you are a piano teacher and or a driving instructor, and you're selling your time for price, something like £50 an hour. And you basically get paid for the results that you give your client, and also whether you meet that proposal that you're trying to do, like a consultant. So that's the third one, is price to time, which a lot of people start off first to just generate cash flow into the business. Okay. The fourth one is price to cost plus. So this is basically for industries in construction, for example, where you look at the cost and you add on your margins, for example, your markup of say 15% or 20%, And what happens there, once again, is a result-focused type of strategy, but you get paid for spending more money. So if the budget, to build, an office block was £1 million, and you spend all that money to build it in that time frame, then the contractor that would get the markup on that. So they would spend the £1 million of the client's money, and their fee would be something like 150k, for example. Now, there are downsides to this, because obviously you have to spend the money first before you get your markup. So obviously, things like if you can try and work with the client to do a win-win situation, for example, say, look, I can do it a little bit cheaper for you, and if you pay me my fee within that, and then I can give you maybe some bonuses, for example, to save some money on the project, or maybe to reduce the cost of the materials. So that's the fourth one, is price to cost plus. The fifth one that you may see in quite a lot of industries right now is called price to package. For example, when you've done a travel holiday and it's all packaged up for you, that's a package that they've priced up. So for example, if you're creating this offer and the value of the package is something like £10,000, but you price it at 1 to 2k, obviously that makes the offer very, very irresistible, doesn't it? You think, wow, I'm paying 1k, but I'm getting 10k worth of value. So it's like a 1 to 10 sort of ratio there. And then you can say, oh, I'm going to throw in some bonus stuff if you kind of like sign up today or within the 48-hour window. Now, this works for, different industries. For example, I know that there's got a lot of people in tech here. So for example, I was thinking of an idea for you. So for example, if you said, like, I can create you a website, but that would be £100, per whatever hour sort of thing. And then from there, you said, actually, I also need this bolt-on and bolt-on and bolt-on. So the price keeps going up and up and up for that client. But if you said to the client, look, I can package it for you. So I can design the website, which has got 10 pages, for example. I can set up the blog for you. I can then maybe create 20 landing pages and also do a 30 email nurture sequence for you. But this is the package, the value of the package. And so that is what that strategy does. Instead of you saying like, I'm going to now buy X, Y, Z, and also going to add on A, B, and C, you package it all together and you do it a little bit more attractive for the client. Hopefully, if any questions, just ask me later, but I'm just marching through the points for you. The sixth strategy that a lot of people do in business is called price to position. So I talk with my clients a lot about positioning. Where do you want to position your business? And we do a lot of the business tools to do that. So for example, if you were a leader in your industry and you were the go-to brand for that particular thing, then obviously you can charge a lot more, which is why people do price to position. And it's down to really the power of supply and demand. So for example, there's a lot of demand and there's limited supply, and that's basically how you can charge a lot of money for that. So you can think about this for yourself, like how can you use a lot more demand for what you sell? And this really works with something like, everybody likes diamonds, right? I love diamonds. And this is actually a classic example how the diamond market works, because what they do, they restrict the supply. And that's how the value of diamonds, the price gets high. But if you think about it, there's plenty of diamonds in the world. It's just that they restrict how much is in the marketplace for you to buy. So this is a very good strategy for you guys as well. Like you can say, well, actually, I'm not going to release my product to everyone. I'm going to release it just to a few and just get the hype up, which is why, some trainers do that as well. The seventh strategy I thought I'd share with you is called price to value. And this is where it's all about focusing on the results. So this is where you won't really have a ceiling to your income, because this is where instead of charging X amount per hour, which is not really compelling, you say, well, I'll still get paid with that method if I make the results for you, I don't make the results. Whereas this price to value, you would then partner with the client and say, look, you're here right now, you're at point A, but you want to get point B. So let's put some numbers in. For example, you want to hit you're at 100K, right? But you want to hit, I don't know, 500K. So that gap of 400K is where you can come in and demonstrate how you can get that client from A to B. And that's what price to value is. And then from there, you can say, look, I mean, it's all up to you how you want to structure it. But an example is you can say, if I get you to that 500K, I then get a percentage of that, of the result. Or you can say, look, if you do really well and you hit 2 million, I can get a percentage of that as well. And so that's just another thing where the client's interest and also your interests are aligned, because you're not swapping time for money. So those are kind of like, in a nutshell, the 7 pricing strategies that if you do research industries and businesses, that's what most people look at and do. So hopefully I've not overwhelmed you if you've only just started up, but that's just a very top line overview that you would kind of like look at.